Hello, hello, Pumas, and welcome to your favorite radio show one more time. Here we have your weekly highlights and some entertainment news you must know. So I'm not alone today. I'm with our co-host, Jeremy.
Hi, everyone, and a very happy birthday to Melanie. If you haven't already done so, please do wish her on all of our social medias. Blast it out. She's now turned 19. What
Yeah.
did you do over your weekend, your birthday weekend?
Yeah, it was a really busy weekend because it was not only about my birthday, but I had also so many homeworks as always. So, but it was a really good birthday. I really enjoyed it. We hang out with some friends, so it was an amazing birthday. Thank you for asking, and thank you for your good wishes.
Yeah, of course. I'm glad it's a good time for you to kind of catch up on homework as well. A lot going on this past weekend, so I'm sure we're going to
Oh
hop right
yeah.
into that.
Yeah, and talking about the weather, we have an amazing news because today we're finally in a hot day, and definitely the hot days are my favorite ones. I
Yeah,
don't like cold at all, as I always tell in the
right.
in each episode of the show.
You were shivering in the studio earlier.
Yeah. Always, always.
Anything below
That's not
68
new.
degrees, just not good for you.
Yeah, are you happy with the weather today?
No, I like it cold. It's going to be happening. Got a little bit of rain coming in the middle of the week. Hopefully your Valentine's Day isn't flooded out, but we've got some storms coming. It'll drop that temperature down. For me, nice happy medium. You get your hot day today. I get my cooler one later in
Yeah,
towards
but I only had
Valentine's.
one day, so it's unfair.
Well,
But
it's 83. I think we're only going down to 76 on Tuesday.
yeah.
So it should be dropping down a little bit.
Yeah. Also, this week we will be celebrating the Kindness Week, some Valentine's Day. So, do you have plans for Valentine's Day or?
I do, yeah. I'm going to be going out to this little fancy restaurant. I didn't have any say. Funny story. My girlfriend's sister and her were talking, and my girlfriend slipped that she enjoyed this Winter Garden Italian restaurant. So my girlfriend's sister, being as ambitious as she was, went ahead and made a reservation in my name. So I'm good. I haven't had to do anything so far. I may have to get some box of chocolates and some roses.
Yeah, roses. You might
Yeah,
like roses.
why not? But I'm glad that I've got the work done for me. I have no care, no concern in the world. I think it's going to be a great time. What about you?
Yeah, I think I also have a plans for Valentine's Day, but I'm not sure yet because my boyfriend said it was a surprise. So
Oh, surprises.
yeah, and I like surprises, so I'm excited. But oh no, actually, I think we will celebrate it like 2 days after Valentine's Day
Okay.
because that day I'll be doing some things, and I think he will be busy. But yeah, we will see each other that day though.
Yeah.
So
Get all the discounts from the candy. I wish I'd thought of that.
yeah, and talking about the Kindness Week, we celebrate this week from February 14 to February 20 annually. So it's a celebration of all the ways we can become a positive influence in each other's lives. You never know when a good message can change all the way down a day for another person. So we did with the reporter Victoria Garcia Morales some interviews to the students here at East Campus, and they told us their opinion about the Kindness Week. How do they feel? How are their thoughts? So here are some of the responses that they told us. What does kindness mean to you?
Kindness is how someone makes you feel. Just being nice to each other, just because it feels right.
To me, kindness is just making everyone feel happy and putting yourself in other people's shoes.
Kindness is the act of helping someone else with no intention of receiving anything back, just because it feels like the right thing to do.
Kindness to me means going out of your way to do good things for other people without letting it negatively impact you. So, kindness is looking for ways to bring light into other people's lives.
And yeah, as you hear, the students gave their thoughts and their responses about it. And to celebrate this Kindness Week, I can give you a little idea. And you can send a small message or a compliment to a person you care about. And yeah, and tell them you love them and be kind. It can also make you feel better to
Yeah.
yourself and not for just for the other person that you're telling the compliment. So
Yeah. Tell a loved one that you maybe don't speak to on the regular that you love them, or if you happen to pass by an older stranger, especially an older person, Mention
Yeah, that would be great.
mention you'd like to listen to them, and sometimes they just want to talk a little bit and share their story with people. It can be lonely too.
Yeah, kindness creates a really positive impact in our lives. So it's good to take it into account always. So also we had talking about interviews. We had an interview with Gabriel, the Spanish tutor from the tutoring center in West Campus. It was last week, and he told us about all their services. How can they help the students? And it's better to have it like at this time because we're hitting the midterm exams.
Yeah, we have midterms in a couple weeks. This is just week 6 for us, but midterms are closing in. So if you haven't already done them, you need that last minute push towards studying. Reach out. It's up in building 7 on the 2nd floor is the tutoring services. They do in-person tutoring. You can check their website for those hours of availability. And I think they're going to be kind of cramming here in the next couple of weeks for folks that are trying to get that last minute studying in. And good luck on midterms. I mean, I think we should already start saying that. We're almost halfway.
Yeah. Time passes so fast, right?
It does.
Yeah. So yeah, they have all these different subjects. For example, math, science, Spanish. So whatever you need, it's in there. Also, we had the Super Bowl this weekend.
We did.
Yeah. What do you think about it?
Oh, I loved it. I thought it was a great game, great halftime show, awesome commercials. I was really a big fan. You know, Usher comes from an era of my generation. I'm sure a lot of people still have listened to Usher, but he brought in a number of performing artists who really got famous in the early 2000s, which was when I was still coming out of high school. I'm a Zennial. I'm an Gen X / millennial, right around that age range. So it may have outdated some of our earlier or younger college students, but for me in particular, I really enjoyed seeing. And not just CeeLo Green, but also Lil Jon. Ludacris showed up. Alicia Keys did an amazing pianist performance. If I Ain't Got You, it's awesome medley of just great songs from Usher.
Yeah.
All the big nightclub bops from my era. What about you? What did you like about the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I think I wanted to highlight the role of the dancers that also are in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I think it's very difficult to move on with an event of that big because it's not easy to memorize a choreography, and they are so difficult, and almost the whole world see those events. So I think it's.
Or move and do instruments. I think HER came out and did a guitarist ensemble, did a couple of songs, really getting out there and just hitting those riffs. I thought that was incredible. As just the whole thing was just the ambience, the feeling of it. What a great game because they finished 25-22. They went into an overtime 19-19.
Oh, it was so partial.
It was very close. Yeah, Kansas City Chiefs really won just in a clutch. I think there was still 6 minutes left in the overtime clock. They started a new overtime where 50 minutes on the clock, 3-3, timeouts for each one, touchdown into the game. San Francisco did a field goal for 3 points. And then Kansas City Chiefs just hit that right opportunity. It was, I believe, I was going to say McCaffrey, but I don't think that's the name of the last player that just caught it. We'll have to go back and edit that out. But what a great game overall, just to watch those players, just get in there and play their hearts out. There were a lot of controversy around Taylor Swift being there, obviously.
Yeah.
And conspiracies about the government's influences on the game coming out. We saw a number of people make those
also
ridiculous statements.
People were expecting to Justin Bieber, right?
They wanted Justin Bieber to show up, and Usher and Justin have had a kind of working relationship for a long time, but also friendship. So I think the expectations were they were hoping that Justin Bieber was going to be there.
Yeah, and I also saw an artist that did like a skate show.
Yep, Usher brought out skates and did some skating.
Okay, that's an amazing skill that we maybe don't know that artists have. So yeah, we also have the commercials. I think they were very funny.
Oh yeah.
I have three that are like my favorites. So the first one is the Doritos commercial.
Oh, the two grandmothers.
Yeah, I think it was so funny. Like them chasing the person that has the
Grab the bag,
Doritos.
yeah. Dina and Mita.
Dynamite,
Because
yeah.
that's the chip name, yeah.
Yeah, it was really funny. Also, the Reese's caramel
Reese's, yeah.
commercial. I think it was good because it was funny because they were like always changing the opinion, and people were like happy and then sad, happy and then sad.
Oh,
So it
yeah.
was
Very confusing.
yeah, definitely. And another one that I like it was the M&M commercial.
Yeah.
I think that was cruel when they said that here the winners that almost win the Super Bowl last year.
How they made the trophy for the almost winners as they
Yeah.
Was it the tears of the almost winners?
Oh yeah, no, I can feel for them. So
Oh,
yeah, and we have the stories and events for this week. So let's start by the latest stories from our Valencia Boys reporters. So the one that we had this week is Kisi Chief and SF 49ers. How can I pronounce that?
that was just Kansas City Chiefs versus the 49ers. So that was the Super Bowl highlights and predictions. I don't know if our reporter Felix Rodriguez actually made a guess on that. I don't think he did as to who the possible winner is. So I think he's a little bit surprised with the results as well. But he did do a great write-up on the game beforehand.
Yeah. He always do a great work with all the sports articles.
He's really taken on. Yeah, it's a diverse skill set that you need to be able to get into those different types of sports reporting because there's a lot of data. It's a very data-intensive style of writing.
Yeah, it's really hard.
We also have a couple of news stories that are coming down the pipeline. A passage of Bill 1 in the House, HB 1, is the new movement by House Republicans to push for banning of primarily social media access to anyone 16 years and under. We've been following this just a little bit, and we're waiting to see what the Senate says. Is that's the next step before it goes into law with the governor, which would ultimately prohibit anyone 16 and under from use of social media or anything that the politicians deem to be addictive. So that is a really drastic change to childhood access of social media privileges. How that's going to be enforced, I don't know. I'm sure that they have a long list of that, but we do have Heaven Patterson is reporting on that. We also have taken some time. We're working with the Native American speaker, Doug George Canantillo, who was one of the influencers, one of the individuals who came in from the Mohawk Iroquois and contributed so heavily to the What If Season 2, Episode 6, Kahori, which is our first Native American superhero, essentially that was built and worked on for over 4 years with producer Ryan Little to create something that is both approved by Native American community. The other example, Echo, who is also in the Marvel universe under Daredevil, Echo was not ever consulted, I believe, by the Osage to have that approval of influences and culture integrated into that hero. This one is done so marvelously. If you haven't seen the episode, pun intended for that Marvel reference, but if you haven't watched the episode, it's just beautifully done. And they have a casual way of speaking in Iroquois. They incorporate a lot of the old traditions. They talk about the sky people. It gets a little sci-fi there, has to do with the space stone, hopping back and forth between dimensions. But ultimately, it leaves a lot of room for the continuity, for a storyline for both Agent Carter and our hero Kahori now to kind of take a step forward. So it'll be interesting to see if they develop that character and how they do that.
Yeah, I'll definitely check it out. And going back to the law that you just talked about, do you think it's gonna work? Because I think some people it's just going to still use the social media.
Right. I don't know. I don't know how it would be enforced. I don't know if that's something. There have been a lot of legislation that have been passed through recently that just aims to restrict access to a lot, really, and it'll be interesting to see if it gets ruled unconstitutional. We've seen a lot of legislation being passed through Florida that's being challenged by the Supreme Courts, by federal courts. I think this may be one of those other situations. I don't know. It's it's a very electrified parliament right now in terms of all these passages. I think it'll be interesting to see kind of where we go towards the elections, which are happening this year as well. What moves are made, how extreme these chokeholds are put on people and their ability to access things like information. What constitutes a social media site? Will there be exceptions? Are there going to be social media partners that are somehow going to pay their way into allowing for underage people to use them? I'd be interested to see where this goes.
Yeah, me definitely too. And now talking about events of this week, we have all the Kindness Week events. So if you wanna check them all, you can enter to engage. But some of them are the class notes to Swan Boats, the Valentine's Day edition, Random Acts of Kindness, Love in all its forms. So yeah, just check it out at Engage, and they are really interesting.
Right.
And for example.
Downtown campus is taking people to go swan boating out in Lake Eola.
Yeah, I want to go.
That's really cute. Well, you got to be a downtown student, so that's going to be hard. That's the Downtown Student Life group is a cohort between UCF and Valencia, so they do restrict people who have that access. But hey, maybe that'll be part of your surprise for Valentine's Day.
I wish. So another event that I think it's very interesting is Stop Procrastinating Now. It's a presentation that will provide tips on how students can overcome procrastination to help them achieve their goals. This event will be held on Thursday, February 15 of this year from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. in Osceola Campus, Building 2, Room 172. So I think it's a good event to attend, because I think I will attend to all the events, but I think it's really helpful. I'm one of those people who procrastinate at all.
Waits to the last minute and then pushes it out 11:59 p.m. on a Sunday when it's due at 12.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, I think time management in general is something a lot of college students struggle with. So having those resources kind of teach you what's a good mindset. How do you partition your time and work out when to do things? I think that's very important as well. You don't want to be rushing things last minute, because the quality of the work
is not the same.
Becomes a reflection of you, and that's not good. You want to have a strong academic writing. You want to have a strong ability to turn in the better quality than just waiting to the last minute. And I think it's a mentality. I think a lot of it has to do with just balancing everything that we have going on. A lot of us are working students, but just to turn around and make sure it's a priority in our lives that we make time for homework assignments. I think that's so important.
Yeah. And for example, one of my options, if I cannot get better in procrastinating, I think I'll delete TikTok.
Delete TikTok? Oh,
Yeah.
well, maybe you're kind of self-imposing that restriction on yourself, the 16 and under.
Yeah.
A couple
Yeah,
years, a couple years removed from that guideline. But hey, limiting time on social media, I think, is very important. A lot of phone apps now tell you how many hours a day you spend on social media.
Yeah.
As an editor for a newspaper, I am constantly absorbing everything that's going on in the metaverse and in the digital world. So it can be a little burdensome at times, not to want to just sit on your phone and doom scroll.
Yeah, definitely. I waste a lot of time with TikTok and social media. So
Now, I saw that you didn't mention Snapchat. You're not going to get off Snapchat.
I don't use Snapchat. I think that's an American app.
Oh, is it just American? What about WhatsApp?
WhatsApp, yeah, that's a Latin American app. It's
Yeah.
it's weird to say it, but yeah, people. For example, I ask an American to, like, do you have WhatsApp, and they tell me no. Do you have a Snapchat? And I was like, no. So yeah, it's different
It's
cultures.
that exchange,
I think.
yeah. Well, WhatsApp's more of like texting. It allows for that encrypted texting. You can go back and forth without fear of reprisal. Plus, I believe it's text free. You're not getting charged. You can do it on the internet. You don't need a phone service to necessarily be going back and forth on WhatsApp. So it's a little bit easier when you're talking to people across multiple countries, multiple phone numbers and guidelines.
Yeah.
You're not paying those international fees to be able to connect with someone who may be in a different area of the world.
Yeah. And another event that we have this week, it's the Symphonic Band Community Concert. Is an event held by the School of Arts and Entertainment, and will present the second community outreach concert featuring the Valencia Symphonic Band and the renowned Orlando Concert Band for an evening of wine band classics. Yeah, so this event is free and open to the public. It's on Thursday, February 15 from 7:30 p.m. at East Campus, the Performing Arts Center.
Cool.
So yeah, I think it's a cool event to attend to. I really like the arts and all those things.
Yeah, it's a really big concert. I attend a lot of the CFC, which is the Central Florida Performing Arts, Community Arts programs as well. So I definitely try and make sure I go out to SAE performances as well. Just a lot of great art in the Orlando area. It's one of the things that's really kept me going here. Just really enjoying so many of the opportunities to get out there and see that freedom of expression, that art form, theater, a symphonic bands, just everything. You've got theme parks here, but we also have just a huge community of painters, of interpretive dancers, like I said, it's the theatrical and musicians. If you're not attending SAE events, I just definitely encourage you to try and get involved with the community because there's just so much going on at any time.
Yeah, so much talent on the air.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we, as always, in every episode, we had an interview also with the Visa Club secretary. And she told us about her club, the times where they met, their outcomes. So if you want to know more about it, be sure to check it also. So, yeah, how do you think it was, that interview?
Oh, I thought it was great. Yeah. I think we're going to be highlighting it, though, right?
Oh, yeah. So, Pumas, we have finally concluded this episode. So, we wish you enjoy it. We hope you enjoy it. And, yeah, be sure to check the valenciavoice.com page, our social media, if you want to know more information about news, about campus news. So, yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. And don't forget to follow us on our social media. Do you want to say something?
No, just happy Valentine's, everyone. Happy Kindness Week.
Happy Valentine's. We hope you have a good, a great day. So, yeah.
Keep studying.
Keep studying, yeah. That's something I have to do.
Yeah, definitely.
And you.
And me as well.
And everyone. So, yeah, thank you so much. And bye.
Have a great weekend, everyone.